Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, September 16th. Today was our last day of scheduled open house conferences with parents. Honestly, it went amazing. I love doing it this way. I feel like I got to know the kids so much more better. Normally we do it where we have a 2.5 hour, 3 hour time slot and parents just come in, and it's always fun. The energy in the building's great, but as soon as a new family comes in, you feel like you need to go introduce yourself and get to know that kid, and it just gets hard to have those conversations with families. So we had 30 minutes dedicated to meeting with each family, and then they had 15 minutes where they could go look around the school at we have a new gym and new music rooms and a new lunchroom, and how we're prepared for school to start tomorrow. So it was awesome. As when parents came in, obviously we talked about all the things we'll be doing to help prevent COVID, and the precautions we'll be taking, and how things will be different and how they'll be the same, and kind of answered any questions they had about that. And then also obviously got to know the kids, talked to them about their summer, what they're excited about, and they chose their spot, put their supplies away. And yeah, it was awesome just getting to know. I have 18 kids and got to meet them all already. So tomorrow's the big day. I feel like this is just how 2020 goes, always having your mask hanging by your ear in case anybody walks into your room. So I will show you what I have ready for the first day tomorrow. So I do let the kids choose their spot for the first day. So nobody apparently liked this table. So we have 3 or 4 at most of them. Actually, at least 3 or 4 at all of them. So when they come in, I just put their name on there and just kind of put some lines in the background so they can color this in, and that'll be their new tag out by their hook. So they'll work on that when they come in. And then I also have these task cards from Miss Fifth from her TPT store ready to go that we'll do pretty early in the morning as well. There's a lot more I have planned, obviously, too, but those are the 2 things that we'll do pretty early in the morning. When they first come in, they'll be eating breakfast. I will have them start coloring just to kind of get them going. We'll do our morning meeting, introduce ourselves, share a little bit about ourselves, and then we have music and gym right away at 8:45 in the morning. So we'll have to talk a little bit about how those transitions will look, just so kids know. And I already kind of talked to them when they came for open house, but that's gonna go quick. And then the rest of the day, I'll kind of share those plans as they go tomorrow. So I'm tired. I need to be up early tomorrow. 2 days of teaching. It'll be interesting. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great year. All the kids seem awesome. I'm so excited, but I'm also so tired. So I will check in tomorrow and let you know what we do throughout the day. All right, guys, I survived the first day of school. It was a great day. I am exhausted. I have not talked as much. I feel like my voice is like gone. So thank God tomorrow is Friday, but yeah, I'll be sleeping before 9 o'clock tonight for sure. It was awesome. The kids did great. It was so awesome to see them, and they were so excited to see their friends. That part all went awesome. They were great with their masks for the most part. I mean, we're all getting used to wearing them all day. So we took a lot of mask breaks outside, because once we're outside, we can take them off. A couple of kids I had to remind, like, you know, put them over your nose in class, but not a huge deal. So yeah, overall went great. I definitely planned way too much. We got through like half of it. It was kind of weird. Like, I felt like I always had to have in the back of my mind, like, oh, should we be washing our hands now, or hand sanitizer, or this or that? So that'll take some getting used to, just because it's a lot more hand hygiene than before. Like when we did a STEM challenge in the morning, they had to use hand sanitizer before we did it, and they had to use hand sanitizer after. But it was worth it. I think they all had a great day. They seemed to have had fun. I got I posted on CSUN, some parents left some comments saying it was a great day and blah, blah, blah. So long story short, I think it was awesome. I'll kind of show you what my plans were for today and what we actually got through. So hold on. All right, so normally we have morning recess, but obviously we can't this year. So school does not start until 8:15. But this year, kids will be coming to our room starting at 7:50 as they arrive. Normally, they would go outside for morning recess. Again, we can't do that this year. So today, I had them fill up their water bottles, use the bathroom. They could eat breakfast if they brought it in here, and then I had that coloring sheet with their names on it, which most of them are still working on, and that will be their new name tag in the hallway. Honestly, we ended up doing that until like 8:30, just because kids were coming in and the breakfast line was so long that we didn't have everyone in here. So at 8:30, we all went around and introduced ourselves, and if they wanted to share something they did this summer, they did. After that, we talked about just expectations for the hallway in order to get to music and gym, and about how we'll have to sanitize, and masks and water bottles and everything else. So then we went right off to music and gym, which it felt like it came so quick, and it did. After that, we went into the Marshmallow challenge, which is a STEM challenge. I'll insert some pictures here. Again, that's the part where we had to wash hands before and after, which was fine, but just different to think about. They did great with it. They had fun. It went longer than anticipated. So after that, we actually went outside and took a walk and took a mask break. We went down to the beach, which is like a block away. They played tag and whatnot. After that, we came back and had a snack. After snack, I did do the read aloud. That part worked. We didn't talk about why we read. We didn't practice reading stamina. We didn't go over that. Pretty much brought us to lunch to lunch and washing our hands. All right, enough looking at that piece of paper. After lunch and recess, which we had outdoor recess today, they came back in. We did the task cards from Miss Fifth that I had around the room yesterday, which I had planned in the morning, we didn't get to. And then unexpectedly, we got our Chromebooks, which we didn't think we were gonna get until like middle of October. So they were too excited for those, so I had them earn it by practicing our attention getters, and then we pretty much logged onto our Chromebooks to test those out, because this is the first year we'll be one-to-one with Chromebooks. So they were excited to have their own Chromebook. Yeah, so we did that, and then it was the end of the day. I read some from I Survived September 11th, and 3:15 is when we started dismissal, just because like the pickup line, the last kid finally got picked up at 4:05. Like they're calling every individual bus, and then walkers and our after school program could leave at 3:30. But the kids who were getting picked up, like the line was so long and it took so long, since we can't just let them all go, that the last kid did not leave till 4:05. So hopefully that gets quicker as the year goes. Obviously today was the first day and everyone's getting used to the differences, but I know parents knew it was gonna take longer, so I hope they were all patient and knew what they're getting into. But yeah, so I have a lot, as you saw on here, that we didn't get to, and I can carry over to tomorrow. But I also have a full day planned for tomorrow. And I don't know, I think it was a good way to ease them into it, because you can tell they hadn't been in school for 6 months. You could tell they're not used to the mask. So I think they had fun, and that's what I want. I want them to be excited to come tomorrow, and I think we did that. We'll go over some more routines and procedures and stuff that we didn't necessarily do today. But again, I would much rather have them excited to come tomorrow than to know exactly how they, I don't know, need to do every little thing in here. I feel like that type of stuff we can teach over time, but I want them to want to be here. So I was too tired to try to do anything before school or during school. So here's your update for the first day, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. Yeah, but my class seems awesome. I think they had fun. It was honestly one of the best first days I've had in my 7 years. The excitement was there, and that's what I crave. So hopefully I can sleep and get my voice back. And yeah, also, I don't know what that is. Cool. Good morning. It is Sunday, September 20th. I totally forgot to record anything on Friday on our second day of school. You know, it is the first week, your mind's just going every direction and you forget things. So here I am. And the reason I'm at school on a Sunday, I don't know if I mentioned this, but my parents and I rent a cabin for one of my coworkers. So my parents live like 3.5 hours away. So they come up a lot during the summer. But anyways, so I live out there, and it is a small cabin that does not have laundry. So right now I'm doing laundry at a laundromat that's like a block from my school. My stuff's in the washer, so I'll go back in a half hour, put it in the dryer. So I'll come here, try to get some things done, and that way I don't have to sit there the whole time. So that is why I'm here. Anyways, let's talk about Friday. 2 awesome days. It feels so good to be back. The kids are still just so excited to be back at school. They've been doing awesome with their masks. But a few things, I know most of you probably are teaching online or a hybrid. If you're doing hybrid, then you know this too. But whenever you go back, if you haven't already, the kids need time just to socialize. Like, they have not seen so many people for 6 months, like a lot of their friends. They're getting used to being back at school all day, which is weird. So take time. Ease your way into it. That's all I'm gonna say. I had way too much planned. We got through like half the stuff in the first day, like I said, and then like we got through like nothing on Friday, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. It was awesome, but we just didn't get through everything I kind of thought we would. Reason is because with the mask, like I'm getting used to wearing it all day, so are they. So every day in the morning, to break up our morning, we've been going for a walk down to like the beach area, and like the kids can run around then. Some of them just do like cartwheels and gymnastic stuff. Some draw on the sand with sticks. So we've been doing that for we walk down there and then back, so it takes like 20, 25 minutes just to break up that morning. and it's good for them to get that fresh air and to have their mask off. So that has been taking up some of the time I originally had activities planned for. But yeah, so just know whenever you go back, you won't go through stuff like you think you would, just because they just are getting back in the swing of things, which is totally fine with me. So I'll kind of walk you through some of the things we did on Friday. I switched up my room a tiny bit, and yeah, we'll see whatever I decide to talk about until my laundry's done. All right, on Friday morning, or not morning, but on Friday sometime, we talked about why we read. These are the reasons that they came up with. And then after that, we started practicing our reading stamina, and I told them, stamina is how long you can do something. So our reading stamina goal is going to be, as a class, 20 minutes. And we also talked about how some people read all summer, so they could easily read for 20 minutes right now. Some people probably didn't, and that's okay. So this was our first day. I'll explain this a little bit, but we'll just graph how long. So we read for 7 minutes and 14 seconds, and I'm going to flip around and talk about that. All right, so the reading stamina idea, I got that from like the Daily 5 book. I've been doing it since my first year teaching, and here's how I do it. So I talk about what stamina is. I talk about how long you can do something without needing a break. So for reading, it's without having to break away from your book, not getting distracted by little things around you, just being focused in your book and reading. So I time the entire class. I'm telling them to get their books, to get their spots, I count down, I'm like, all right. And then whenever I see the first person break stamina, I stop them. I don't say who it was, I just stop them and say, okay, so that's my break stamina. Let's, get your wiggles out, should we try to beat it again? And they always want to. So the first time we do it, it's like 2 seconds. That's always it, because like a kid will look up to see what everyone else is doing. So I stop them, I'm like, all right guys, you got 2 seconds, to write it up on the board. And then the next time I think we got to like 30 seconds. And then they kind of see like, okay, I'm serious, like you need to be reading. We're not gonna be just like looking around the room. If you hear anytime someone comes in or out, we're not gonna be looking up. Like, we should be focused in our books. So then to get a little bit better, and usually get to like a minute or so, and then I'll try to be a little distracting. Now, not everyone might like this, but I think it's good because then they won't get distracted by little things as the years go on. So like I turned off the lights and then see what they do, or I like turn on the water. And again, after the first couple, then they're like, okay, I'm just gonna be focused on focusing on my book. And for the rest of the year then, it helps because whenever we do read to self time, like they're all just quiet and reading, and it helps. So take the time at the beginning of the year to talk about what it looks like to actually be reading and how to build that stamina. And set a class goal, because like I probably would have stopped after the time when they got like 2 minutes, because with all the tries we did, they probably had been reading for like 15 minutes or so, and they just wanted to keep going, like, can we try one more time, we got this. And we talk about cheering each other on, like don't be like, who was it, who did it. We talk about like, okay, this is a class thing, so encourage each other instead of blaming someone for doing it. Just be like, all right guys, we got it this time, let's do it. So yeah, they ended up getting up to just over 7 minutes, which is awesome. They did really well, and they wanted to just keep going. I found it's like, okay, we have lunch soon, so we need to move on. So we'll keep working on building that stamina until the whole class can read for 20 minutes. So that took up a big chunk of our time. Again, something that was just longer too, because they wanted to just keep going and trying to beat their record, which I liked. So that was one thing we did. I also taught them about theme, and just kind of how when we read any book, we're gonna come up with what was the best overall theme. For the first ones, I'm gonna kind of model my thinking of determining what the theme is, and then after a week or so, I'll let them start kind of saying what they think the theme of the books we read were. So all are welcome here. Here, I'll go over to my bookshelf. These are, they borrowed some, which is fine. Like Jabari Jumps, that's gonna be one that we'll read soon. Love the Bad Seed and the Good Egg. Salt in His Shoes. Thank you, Mr. Falker. These are just some we'll read here towards the beginning of the year. And those are good ones to talk about theme and introduce it to them. And then I can't remember if I talked about it on Thursday or not, but our Chromebooks, we didn't think we were gonna be getting our Chromebooks until like middle of October, and they came unexpectedly. So I used that. They were like just to practice our attention getters. Anytime they did it correctly, we got a tally, and then I used that for them to, get logged onto their Chromebook for the first time. So we did that on Thursday, and then yesterday we practiced getting into their email, because their school email they usually don't use before 3rd grade, but I really want to get them going on it in case we have to move to hybrid or to distance learning. I want them to be used to logging onto that so they can know how to get to emails or Google Meets or Google Docs and slides. So that's always a process. That my student teacher was awesome. That was good to have her here. it takes time. So that was another thing we did in the morning. So we got logged into our Chromebooks, they got logged into their emails, and then we went down to the beach, and then it was pretty much lunchtime because we did the reading stuff when we got back. Oh, okay, after lunch, so every other day we get outdoor recess, but on the days we don't get outdoor recess, we get the playground right after, and it's actually for 40 minutes. So our recess goes till 1:40, so they had indoor recess till 1:40, and then we got to go outside from 1:40 to 2:20. But it was super nice on Friday, and like Minnesota gets cold fast, so we took advantage. It was like 70 and sunny, and the other two classes I was outside with too, because we'll always be outside with the same groups. We're like, the next group doesn't come out for a little bit, let's just stay a little longer. My class hasn't really got to interact with those kids in the other classes, so they were just having a lot of fun being able to play out there. So we stayed out there for probably about an hour. And then so we came in, it was 2:40, and from there, it was pretty much time to get, like I did our read aloud. I'm reading I Survived the Attacks of September 11th, so I read a couple of chapters from there, and then we got everything kind of picked up and ready to go, because kids will start getting picked up around 3:10 or 3:15. So that was our day. Like I said, like I had all these STEM challenges planned, especially for like the afternoon, and we just didn't get to them, but that's all right, because I'll have them this week, and I'll have them for, I don't know, even days when they're subs, because I have all the supplies ready. So I don't know, did not get through as much as I thought, but it was the 2 awesome days. This week I'm going to try to get more into our actual schedule of like doing some reading mini lessons and some writing, just because, especially with my student teacher. Okay, my coworker walked in. Yeah, but now she knows I do this, so it's less embarrassing. Anyway, so with my student teacher here, since she's also doing her SPED endorsement as well, so she'll be here for 10 weeks and SPED for 6 weeks, I want to get into our routine, that way she can see how we do things, so when she takes over, it's not like we've only been doing math for like a week or something. So I'm going to try to ease into our schedule, but I also know kids are still adjusting coming to school. So I want to take it slowly, but I also want to get them used to our norm, I guess. So that's kind of my plan for this week. We'll see what that happens. But my few things changed in my room, so I'll show you that as well. So I used to have my picture books down here, but I needed more room for books. I'm aware that more books would fit if I didn't have bins, but also my kids have always preferred flipping through bins than just looking at the spines of books. So I moved my picture books for that, so those ones could fit there. I brought in this cart, so just like cleaning supplies, when they return books, they can go there. And then, I don't know if we'll use this a whole lot just because of COVID, but kind of like our calming area. We talked about like zones of regulation, so yeah, we'll be there for now. I don't know when we'll be able to use that stuff. Then I needed a spot for our Chromebook cart, so I chose to move that shelf that was up here. The Chromebooks stay charged pretty long, so it does kind of sync. The only outlet is up here, but I'm not going to keep it plugged in all the time. So our Chromebooks are there. I got them labeled with their names so they know where to stick them back. And then I moved the shelf that was here. Actually, I took all the stuff that was on it off, and I made this for our picture books now. So this actually works better because the kids have better access to the picture books, and then those kids whose book boxes were over there can go up here now. All right, then my mini fridge broke, so I got a new one. I decided to get one with a actual freezer space. I don't have anything in there yet, but that way if I bring stuff for lunch, it'll actually stay frozen. The other freezer part of my old one just kind of stunk. So it wasn't ideal that broke, but oh well, it happens. I already got sick of my desk being that way, so I turned it on Friday in like the middle of the day, just because I had to keep like cranking my neck to be able to see. So I moved my monitor like onto the fridge area. That way I can have my keyboard and my mouse there. So that is, I don't know, my one pet peeve is like cords. I don't like that you can see those now, but I like facing this way a lot better. And over on that wall we have their pictures. We went outside and did them without their masks on, so we can finally see what each other's faces look like. So I have those printed and in the frames over there. All right, one other thing just want to talk about before I move on is masks, because obviously you have to wear them all day. This is I ordered these off Amazon, and I've been using these all summer. I thought they were comfortable. I just wore them for like going into restaurants and Walmart and stuff. So this was like the fit of them. I found out on the first day of open house though that once I'm actually talking a lot, look at it's already sliding down, so these ones were no good. I still keep these in my car for like that, but I found out you need to have ones that have more of a nose piece and go under your chin more. So, let's see. I've gone through a lot. So, then I got these ones from Walmart. Really liked, really comfortable, but they muffle my voice too much. Like, I feel like you can't hear me well at all, nearly as well as the other ones. So these ones are comfortable, but they're just like, I don't know if they're too thick or what it is. So I liked them, but you couldn't hear me very well. So then I got these ones from Amazon. I can never tell which way is the nose and which way is not. I like these ones, but these ones slid a little bit. Not too bad. Like, it's good for a while, and then eventually it would start sliding. I can feel like you can hear me better. Okay, moving on. So we had those. This one's good. Got one like this from a store in town. This one has like the flexible nose piece, so these ones are comfortable. Yeah. Anyways, they have like the adjustable ear part. This part you can like form to your face. So those are good. So if you're looking for masks for school, make sure it has the nose piece, make sure it goes under your chin far. But this is a game changer. One of my students had these, I noticed, and then so his mom's a kindergarten teacher here, so I just texted her, like, hey, where did you get those? And she sent me the link on Amazon. I would link them, but when she sent it, they were unavailable. I'll still put the link, but they were unavailable, but it's like a pack of 20, so she just texted me afterwards. She goes, I'll just send one with him tomorrow. Look at this. So it goes on the back of your mask. You could probably make these two easily, but yeah, it made it really convenient. I wore this with my mask that had been slipping the day before, and it didn't slip at all, and it keeps the straps off your ears, which I could actually feel my ears getting a little sore from them. And then it was also super convenient. So yeah, it keeps it off, it holds it up good, keeps the straps off your ears, and it's really nice because like when we go outside, or like when I brought them out there at the end of the day after the recess, like I can just pull it down and I don't have to worry about losing it. So I know our kids have those lanyards, but like him, he just pulls this down and it's right there around his neck and just slides it back up. So these are awesome for your ears and just convenience. I also ordered these that just came. I haven't tried them yet. They're like these like muzzle looking things that are supposed to go over your mouth like that. And then it's supposed to make it so it's easier to breathe with your mask on. And it's like, so when you talk, your mask doesn't get in your face. So these look really weird, but I'm curious to try them. So this is the first time I've put one on. I don't even know how to do it yet. Hold it in place. Okay, I really can't feel it on my face right now. That's good. And yeah, it just keeps the mask out of your mouth. So I'm gonna try them this week. It was like 11 bucks for a 5-pack, and they're just plastic, so you can just rinse them off to wash them. So we'll see how those go. I'll keep you posted in my video for this week. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I will hopefully be better at updating you throughout this week as we try to build into our routine slowly but surely. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Hope you're all having a great school year so far, and see you next week. Bye.